What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. And for those of you who are new, I am Rashid, and I will be your hostess. And Barrick is on the other side of the fence. And our special guest, Kenneth, he joins us for another segment. Of Sports to the Wire. We're honored to have him here. We're going to finish continuing with this Mr. Jacob, what's his name? Blake? Yeah, Jacob Blake shooting over here. And we're going to talk about Kenny Smith walking off the job, and then we're going to get into Montrezl Harrell calling, Luka Doncic a white, what do you call it? A punk ass white boy. And if Luka Doncic had said something similar to Mr. Harrell, there's a double standard here. And Kenny Smith, I'm sorry. Our guest Kenneth is expert on that type of stuff over here when it comes to race relations, and that's why we actually have him on here. So,
when it comes to experts, all the experts are white. There are no black experts.
Well, we have one on the panel right here, baby. We have one here. All right, so Barrett, Kenny Smith, he walked off the job because of what happened to Mr. Blake, in a sense, though. What do you actually think about that, man? Would you walk off your job? And Kenneth, would you walk off your job over this?
We can't split hairs on this. What I would do versus what Kenny Smith is an accomplished basketball player. That's why he's working behind that desk, because what he's done. He started his career at the University of North Carolina. He played alongside Michael Jordan. Then he moved on to play for Houston Rockets and win championships. So he had a very stellar career and high-profile career. He's from New York. He's from Queens. And now we add all that up, he winds up behind that desk, and he's been doing a very good job for over 13 years. Now, with that being said, should he go for the job? Yeah. Why not? It's his choice. It's his choice. It wouldn't be what I would do, because my situation is totally different. That's why I ran the whole profile on him, because I don't have his profile. I don't have his success, so I wouldn't do that. But he would. He's in a better position financially. All right? He took a stance in something he believes in. So I understand that and I respect it. That's my stance on it.
Kenneth, your take on Mr. Smith walking off the set.
I said this once and I'll say it again. These basketball players, administrators, they make a lot of money. Buy a newspaper, buy a radio station, buy a television station, and get your message out. When it comes to the place of business, you act accordingly. Now, yes, this was very painful. You saw the video, it is heartbreaking. But again, you have options. The option is not to walk off your job. The option is to buy a newspaper, buy a radio station. You have the money, but to walk off your job in protest, does it move the needle? No. It just allows white people to look at you and say you're not one of them.
Let's be real. Do you actually think that Kenny Smith or LeBron James really, really, truly care about Jacob Blake to actually risk a really good, high salary paying job?
Hold on. Let me inject on that question right there. First and foremost, once again, you cannot and you should not question a man's position, whether or not you think. And I said this before, early on, you cannot question whether that person is being paid or not paid. We don't know if it's this man. People have been on TV crying about it. All right, a man by the name of Troy Vincent, who is the NFL VP for NFL players. He used to play football. The man was in absolute tears this morning, talking about what happened. I guarantee you he wasn't paid. So it's very hard to question how the person feels and how they go about it. That's why I said, if Kenny Smith felt that strongly about the situation, and he could not work on that job anymore based on what's happening, what a person's stance is. Okay? If they are emotionally tied into it, that's the way they feel. They should not have to apologize for that. This is a very serious situation, guys. And some people are handling it differently. Now, again, I would not do that because my situation is different. I have to work regardless of how I feel. But Kenny Smith is in a different position. He may be able to afford to walk away. Yeah, maybe he should go get a newspaper or a television station and get his point across. But we are all doing something in this particular stage. We all protesting. We all getting on TV. We're doing everything possible. And nothing's happening. Why? Because it happened in Wisconsin, Wisconsin yet again. Something happened yet again. And I hate to say this because I can't say this right now. It will happen again.
Yep. Correct. It will
That's
happen.
what I'm saying. So Rashid, it's wrong for you to put that stance on it because it's incorrect. You don't know who's who and what they're going through. And Kenny Smith has the right to do what he wants because it's too much for him to sit down there, face the camera, and probably work for the very same people who are Caucasian, who are paying his check most likely. He's probably getting tired of doing the same thing too. What's happening? What's working? Nothing. What's working? Nothing. So you know what? I'm going to take my stance and walk away.
That's
I
it.
think this is happening, guys.
Yep. I believe an attack on one is an attack on all. And whether you are in the administrative office or working at Walmart, feel that pain, and you may not be able to do anything because of your economic status. But someone who's higher up and they set, they can walk off. They can walk off. They can walk off.
They did.
Because at various stages, I mean, look, we work the place that deal with a lot of ethnicities, and at the end of the day, we feel what happened to that young man. All right,
Absolutely.
we go to work every single day. We watch ourselves, but we feel it. Don't let it's attack on one is attack on all.
All right. So, all right. And again, I go back to saying that when the 5 and 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid gets shot by a stray bullet, on some gang violence, I mean, that hurts me. I have a 5-year-old son. I mean, come on. Really? It's just like a lot of double standards going on over here, man. That's what I'm saying, though.
Okay, but then you're saying double standard, but you're saying double standard against what the protesting on one situation, not a 5-year-old. And listen, we can protest every situation going on, but how do you think this world's going to be if we protest everything that happens? Think about that logically. If every single thing that happens to a 5-year-old or a 25-year-old that is heinous, especially a person of color, and we protest every single thing that happens, what do you think is going to happen with this world?
No, I mean, listen, I get what you're saying, man. I really do. I get what you're saying.
Okay, so then
but I mean, a 5-year-old. I mean, and what about the white kid that got shot by that black dude and what was it? That was in Georgia or North Carolina, Kenneth?
Oh, yes, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It was North Carolina.
Where was Kenny Smith, man? Listen, I have a 5-year-old son, man. I have a 5-year-old son. Kids are beautiful, man. Kids are innocent. You're telling me that a person and I'm not saying, listen, every life is valuable to me. Everybody knows me, that knows me personally, knows I feel that way because I try to help people, any way I actually can, in a sense, though. As long as you don't try to break my damn pockets or anything like that. But, I lost my train of thought here, man.
Let me be very clear. I've said this and I'll say it again. Black people march and protest. White people don't act that way. What white people do is that they act legislatively, okay? They put the judges in, they draw their little red lines, and they'll make sure that you again, okay? This incident with the 5-year-old white boy that got killed by the black man, this is going to hurt the non-white community in ways they just don't know.
It hurts me. Kenneth, it hurts me. A 5-year-old He's not into black and white and all that. He doesn't know none of that nonsense, man. You think he knows that?
I'm going to use your line on you. You're bringing in the emotions, okay? You're bringing in the emotions.
Oh yeah. What? You're not going to get emotional over a 5-year-old kid that gets shot in the head? That doesn't affect you at all, Kenneth?
No. And the reason why I say no is this. Is it tragic that it happens? Of course. But I've told you, and I'll say it again. When you're dealing with racism, age has no variance. Whether you're in the womb or get ready to go to the tomb. That's why a race war is very dangerous.
All right, Barrick. What's your take on that? Do you actually concur with Kenneth?
In regards to what? Starting a race war?
What he just said. I mean, he doesn't feel any kind of emotion over the white boy that got shot. The white 5-year-old kid that got shot in the head. He doesn't show any emotions. I mean, he say he feels bad, but repeat yourself, Kenneth, because I don't want to talk for you.
No, I heard what he said. Listen, again, I think individually, and I've said this a numerous amount of times, and I guess I got to keep going that way. Individually, we all see things a certain particular way. Our heart bleeds or feel emotions to certain things. And if Kenny looks at certain things a certain way, he's doing it based on how he sees things within his lifespan, to where he's educated himself to where he's at right now. I am a father. Okay, you are a father. When I see a child like that get shot, it is very heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And you take it and you say, wow, I feel bad for the family. I feel bad for that parent. Okay? I've been to a funeral where I saw a small casket. I walked in that funeral home, I paid my respects, and I walked the hell back out. That's my feelings on it. Okay? That's my feelings on it. Kenny has a different perspective, you have a different perspective, but that's my feelings on it. But moving forward, and we have to move forward.
That's all, and that's the key word, and that's all we could do in life is move forward, because being stuck on the past, even though we can learn from our mistakes, we can learn from history, but being stuck on it, isn't going to change anything. But like Barrick said, we got to move on.
We're not stuck on it. We're not stuck on it, but we don't forget either. Let's make sure we're clear about that. We don't forget either. See, when I say move on, you're moving on with heavy hearts. But you have to keep that in mind what happened. You have to, because you have to continue to educate yourself. You have to continue to strengthen yourself mentally and emotionally, because certain things are going to happen beyond this point, and it will. It happened to Mr. Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's going to happen again. I hope it don't happen to you, myself, or anybody else I know. But it will happen again. And that's what I'm saying here on this show here, that us as a people have to be better mentally when we know we're going to be approached by the cops. But we also look at a concept where is it getting to a point where we have to have some kind of a war, a race war is what I heard used. You start a war, you better be prepared for the reaction.
That's what I'm going to say right now. The death of that child is wrong, okay? But when you are pushing a race war concept, everything is on the table, whether you're in the womb or heading towards the tomb. And this is the sad part about that whole entire thing. There was a media blackout. I didn't even know about that young child getting killed until Rashid brought it up on Facebook. Because there was a media blackout. And the reason why is because they know for a fact that if you keep pushing that story, white people are going to go start killing people. That's why they didn't push that story. That's my personal belief.
Listen, the elite fears white and black merging together. That's why, this is why Martin Luther King had to die, and Malcolm X. Nobody said anything to Malcolm X before he went to Mecca, but when he came back and saw white people and black people drinking out the same cup, he changed his perspective, and that's when they killed him.
Malcolm never changed his perspective when it comes to the system of white supremacy. That is the narrative to make Malcolm more pleasing to white people. And he never changed his perspective. All right. Tell black people to co-mingle with white people. Not once did he say that. So
No, what I'm saying is his rhetoric had changed though.
His rhetoric never changed. He became more of a black nationalist. His rhetoric never changed. Pro-black to the day he died. He wasn't into the.
I'm not saying he was into whites. I'm not saying that. But the rhetoric that he was preaching before he went to Mecca, when he came back, was a little different, and that didn't play too well with the elites because they want us blacks and whites fighting with each other. You know, divide and conquer. How you think, Kenneth? All right. In a supermax prison or in a prison, well, mainly like a supermax prison. How do they control the inmates?
Every inmate's in a different group, guys. We know that already. The blacks with the blacks, the whites are with the whites, etc.
There you go. Get them fighting with each other. Now, if they actually can get together and get past the end fighting, they can probably overtake the guards and then get out of there. Which, I mean, that wouldn't be easy. There'll be a lot of lives lost. But that's how they control people in prison.